What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about PayPal. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's really driving it higher, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So PayPal right now is up 2.98%. So a little bit more of a glimmer of hope considering the broader market is starting to pull back, especially what was just said on how Powell most likely will still not consider a 50 basis point cut for the September 18th meeting. We'll just have to wait and see for this upcoming Friday during the symposium. But in essence, Wall Street already does feel like a 50 basis point cut is not on the table. So it does show a 28.5% likelihood of that occurring, then a 71.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. In my opinion, I don't really see anything wrong with a 25 and then followed by another 25 for the November 7th meeting. And that seems to be what Wall Street does feel is going to happen. But what is really driving PayPal higher today is this news. So PayPal expands strategic partnership with Aiden to offer fast lane in the US. And not only that though, there was also a new analyst rating that did come out that I'll share with you. So popping over to IBKR. So you do see a new one came out today, $80 price target as done by JP Morgan. And the analyst has a 59% success rating. There was one done yesterday, 100% success rating. I kind of found this interesting because I guess they're 2 for 2, so that's kind of a good rating so far, I guess, if that makes sense. But 70% or $70 price target was given by them. So as a consensus, $76.13, and that does represent a 7% upside. So I think in general that is fairly good. One thing that I have actually been bringing up over this last little bit was the Elliott Wave technicals and how the technicals are really pointing to higher highs. My last video, I did say that it was going to get to roughly around the $73 range, and lo and behold, we're pretty much there. So it still does show a lot of optimism. So between that $72.60 and $75 range is coming. So kind of matching with what the analysts are forecasting as well. So just wanted to bring this up. So in reality, the technicals are very, very good. Aside from that though, you do have just it kind of reacting to the broader market. At the same time, shorts are starting to increase, so kind of showing that they don't feel PayPal should be green given the circumstances that is happening in the broader market. I'm just bringing this up more so for analysis purposes. Definitely not saying PayPal is a squeeze play. I have to say that every time because you never know, right? Don't want you guys to get the wrong impression and say that PayPal is a short squeeze stock and whatever, because only 2.1% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 21.42 million shares. Utilization is 0.28, and then cost to borrow average is fairly low at 0.81%. So again, I just wanted to bring this up. So by shorts increasing today slightly, kind of shows that today isn't really a valid green day, or at least in their eyes. 28 million in calls in the first about hour and a half of the trading day, 2.48 million in puts. So a lot of money is getting into PayPal through options as well as through common stocks. So the volume has actually been increasing. So that's kind of a nice change of events. But 47% of all the options being done so far today are bearish. So clearly anticipating more of a little bit more of a volatile time, if that makes sense. But of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be above around 73, between that 73 and 75, so matching what the Elliott Wave technicals. Then looking at puts, you do see a consensus for it to be sub roughly around $69 to $68. So you kind of do have opposite extremes when it comes down to that. These are all the transactions occurring so far on the secondary market above $100,000. So you do see a fair amount of buying and selling at the same time. AI is clearly driving up the price as well. So you have a lot of that kind of working in sync together. So that's kind of, again, a positive thing. Once the market did open, you had a lot of big transactions. There was a big one as well, 22 million in one single transaction, and then 1.07. But based on the bid, the ask and selling price, anything that does show as a ask on a side note essentially is a buy. So kind of just be aware of that. But right now with it at $71.22, it is trading between this R2 and this R3. So 69.44 will be the next strong support. 73.27 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. Very wide gap. So anticipate a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future, and that can kind of be anticipated because look how fast it did run up. It basically was like at $58, and that's when I started to do videos saying that you need to really kind of consider PayPal as an investment, because that's when I did buy in. And based on the technicals, it was projecting for it to get to at least the $63 to $65 range. And then, of course, kind of the circumstances did improve a little bit, more optimism associated with rate cuts. So yeah, I think PayPal definitely is poised to continue its run. I think today was more of it's just bad timing. So good news, bad kind of just market circumstances right now. So we'll just have to wait and see what does come out. So FOMC meeting minutes are coming out tomorrow, initial jobless claims on Thursday, and then good old Powell on Friday. So it'll be back to back to back, all of which will be correlated with, once again, interest rates and cuts, and that will determine whether the market goes higher, lower, and whatnot. So let me know your thoughts on PayPal. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with PayPal? And one final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.